Dr. Miller, you have gone from evangelical fundamentalist type thinking to where you are today. And for those who haven't seen that interview, go check it out. I think I've already made it public, one of the first videos, but if you haven't seen that, it's on the Patreon. Most likely it's already public by now. So apologetics, geez, this is one of those things that you know what it is, but in the academic circles that you roll in, they don't even pay attention to this. I see it because I live in a world where I'm trying to filter good, what I call ivory tower scholars that are like the legit top academics, and bring them down to our world. Yes, I know it's a matter world. It's not high Platonic world that these high scholars live in. But in that world, we have people who make it their career in life to go to institutions to prove and defend Jesus and Christianity as if it's really true, Jesus really rose from the dead. And there are scholars, I'll put in quotations, who make it their job to write books and argue for Jesus. They debate people like Bart Ehrman. They debate people to try and argue that Jesus is real. As an academic who has that past, but where you are now, how do scholars see this field of apologetics, if they even see it at all? What is? Tell me about apologetics from the angle of real serious academia.
Well, it's largely ignored. I don't know. I mean, when I was at Yale and Princeton and those places, there was no discussion of that. They wouldn't know who William Lane Craig is. You know, I could talk to most. I went to Biola University. I met with James Charlesworth. That was where I did my master's degree. He said, "Where did you do your prior work?" And I told him Biola. He said, "Bio what?" He had no idea what that was. That's William Lane Craig's, academy there. He had no idea what it was. It's not even on the radar, really. They consider that to be public kind of poop throwing and debate that has, it's kind of a circus of spectacle. It's rhetorical and not really, meeting any of the standards of rigor that they would find helpful in their circles. Yeah.
So technically, apologetics is kind of a joke to the serious scholars in terms of...
Well, it's a fundamental violation of our own kind of methodologies. You're starting with the answers before you even know the questions. And that's offensive in every way to the kind of the entire methodological approach of higher academics. And so that would be a gross dishonesty to begin there. I already know the sacred set of creeds or propositions must be true. And therefore, I'm going to go back. We're going to create a degree even for it. I don't know what that degree is exactly, but these people are going to go back and interrogate the data in order to somehow prop up these sets of creedal ideas and defend them. They're kind of like defending the village from the village dragon, as it were. In the academic world, at least as it should be. Now, unfortunately, our whole field is still skewed by faith influence and all of this. But even there, that's considered an offensive idea. There's no defending. What are we defending against what? Exactly. Are we talking about investigations and truth and into the truths of the ancient world? Is there something scary about that? What's so scary about it? And so I think there are a number of myths that exist in more popular forms of Christianity around what motivates someone like me or anyone in any of these schools that we're sort of, I might as well, for some of your viewers, who knows, I might look like a demon sitting here in this chair right now just for some of the things I'm bringing forward. There's a bias that's built right into that. They just know we're wrong. They already know. Some of your viewers that might have watched some of the videos that we've made together are going to insist that they know I'm wrong from the get-go. They probably won't even buy my book. Why should they? They'll complain it's expensive or something like this. They won't reach out and deal with my actual arguments on their own terms, and they can't be persuaded because that's not what they're not getting their paychecks for that. That's not what they went to school for. That's not what they're trying to do. They're not on a truth journey. They're going to defend the castle at all costs, and their castle is this edifice of orthodoxy as they understand it. And I find that grossly dishonest, deeply ignorant, and not worth anyone's time who's a serious academic.
Thank you.
I hope you liked my dad, Richard Miller, in this interview. Remember to like and subscribe. And never forget, we are MythVision.